That'll do it for me. Alright, I'm making a last minute sunset run. I don't know where the heck I'm going.
He planted it into bleachers in deep right center. 3-7. The fourth home run of the year for Brandon Belt, and the Giants have a 1-0 lead.
It's called Saratoga Gap. Open Space Preserve. Never been here before. I'm not quite sure what this map is telling me. This is tough. I've got a crazy thought right now, and that's to hike up this hill in front of me in an effort to find a spot. However, it doesn't look very promising. Who knows what's on top though? I think I'm gonna do it. This was a worse idea than I thought. Whew. I gotta keep going. Now that I'm up here, there's kind of a makeshift trail. So I would imagine I'm not the first person to come up this way. There's nothing. There's not one opening, not one vista for me to look at. Just the way back to the first trail I got on. So I think there's another little makeshift trail on the other side of this. I'm not doing it. I'm going to find something. I've got to go find something else. Holy crap. I'm still hot as hell, red as hell, but I think I found something. Whew. Stupid alarm. Yep. Oh my gosh. The first thing I think about when I see a vast open landscape like this is wide angle. I'm gonna set up with that first. I think I'm gonna get on top of some of these rocks right here and just point out there and see what I can see. But this screams wide angle lens to me. So I'm gonna set up here with my Sony A7R with a 16-35 lens. Did you see what I did? Left pocket, remember the last tip? I'm 2 stops underexposed to get the proper exposure for the sky, and the foreground's just about perfect right where the meter's lined up, except for this shady area in the front. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna head towards you onto this other rock and see if I can get up a little higher to get above that shade piece. Yep, I think that's the composition I'm looking for. So as I said, I'm shooting with my Sony A7R. I've got a Canon 16-35 on, and I want to get as good of quality as I can. And so I'm going to shoot this at f8 because there's not a ton of depth here with this wide angle lens. I should be able to get it all in focus at f8. So in just about every one of my images, I use this technique that I call a boost. I learned it from photographer named James Brandon who has some really awesome stuff you should check out. But you'll see it here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'll start back from where I was on this layer, and what you do is in Photoshop you go into your channels, and on your RGB channels here you just hold down Command on a Mac and click on that RGB channel. And what that's going to do is it's going to select the lighter parts of the image. Now, while these are selected, if you go back to your layers, and I just click on the layer again, and what I want to do is create a new layer with this selection. The shortcut to create a new layer is Command J. So Command J, it creates this new layer. Now if I just select on that layer, it's hard to see, but you'll see it's only got these highlights areas selected. Now what's cool about that is you can't really see any difference if I turn this thing on and off because it's just a piece of the layer. But to give your images a boost, you can go up to the blending modes and you can scroll down to either overlay or soft light. I typically go with overlay first, and you can see it just really bumped up that color. I think it's a bit too much, so let me try soft light, which is usually a little bit less. Yep, I like that much more. But even if that's still too much, another option you can do is hover over your opacity here, and you can click and then drag right or left to pull up or turn down the opacity of that change. And there you have it, just a quick, easy way to give your images a bit of a punch.